By my surprise, in my inbox, my daughter sent me a message. Now, uh, she said, hey mom, hopefully all is well. Then she put a number. Call when you feel up to it. Have a great day. Now that just alone is like, call me if you feel up to it. As to say, you don't have to if you don't want to. Now, I noticed that she had commented on one of my videos on my YouTube channel. Okay? And it 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 was disturbing to me. It really did. It disturbed me to the point where I lost all inhibition. Um, it was a whole year since I talked to her. A whole year. She decided for some reason to come to my birthday party. And then I didn't hear from her no more. I tried calling her, no answer. So I sent her a happy Mother's Day text, no answer, no reply. So I didn't call back no more. I didn't try anymore, you know? And it's very hard on my mental state to talk to them and then a month later they gone. They go as far as to even change their number. They move. They don't want me to know where they stay. They don't want me to know their number. They don't want me to know nothing about them. It's like I'm dead to them. And then they decide one day to call me and tell me, Crystal, out of the blue, called and tell me that her father died. And then I don't hear from her no more. And they been stopped. And you know what I just realized? Ever since Michelle and Rachel been in this world, they ain't never, ever said happy birthday. Maybe once. I could be mistaken. Maybe once. And they've never, ever said anything good about them. Maybe once. I'm going to give them that. Just my memory is bad. And they never done nothing to them. They never felt nothing but despise to them. That's crazy. And if she think that I'm going to call her and act like nothing's wrong, and act like you ain't talked to me in a whole year, she's mistaken. I have came to the conclusion that I'm dead to them, and I'm going to stay dead to them. I've got the same number. And if, like I said, I went through that with my parents. I went a whole year without talking to them once. And I called them. I said, well, let me call them. I mean, anything could happen in that year. And they act just like nothing happened. Ooh. They act just like, just seen a spider. um, they act just like, wasn't no big deal. We can't talk. We can't resolve issues. And I talked to my youngest, Michelle, about it. And she said, well, I think you should call her. She reached out to you. Uh, if that was me, I would, yeah, that is strange. She ain't never reached out to you. I don't think she's ever said 2 words to you. I may be lying. My memory is hard. That's what I'm saying. Ain't never uh, said congratulations on none of their nothing. They don't tell us nothing. We don't know what they're doing with their life. I, and she talking about, well, it's a shame that this family, they scared to talk to you, and you scared to talk to them. No, I'm not scared to talk to them. These people have failed to realize I birthed them. I raised them. Until they got it in their head that they too good for me. They too good to be around me. They have some reason. And see, Latrice would have never left if she didn't know she could go to my parents. My parents had already put in their head that that she don't have to listen to me, and I have no right to tell her what to say. Oh yeah, they didn't already put it in their head because she could tell my parents something. It could be a lie, because who would think that their daughter would lie on their mother? Huh? And then for one thing, why you can't be woman enough or man enough to come to me and ask me, is it true? Because she told my father something. I'll never know, because he don't remember, and he's gone now. She told my father something, and my father came over there and started beating on me. Came over with a gun and started beating me in my head. He didn't say, Latrice said nothing. I'm like, what's going on? Why? And what had happened that day is I had my friend watching now, and my friend, that's what I say about my friends. She was so busy trying to get high that she took my kids home and left them by themselves. But I made it home before he got over there. But he still tried to beat me. And then the lie that came out of that was he had hit me one time too many. And I picked up a broom and I said, Daddy, don't hit me again. Okay? And the lie came out of that was I hit him with the broom. My mother gonna tell me, yeah. nobody know how to approach you because you hit your own father with a broom. I'm like, Ma, seriously? You really seriously? I don't know how that came about. I cannot believe my father went back and told her I hit him with a broom. He probably said she picked up a broom and she thought that I hit him with the broom. And my mother never said nothing to. I didn't hear about this until 30 years later. Like, you've been all this time thinking that I hit my father with a broom? Never once said, oh my God. Okay. And then another time, I was about to go to jail and I decided to go over to Diane's house, spend a little time with the kids, with my kids. Because she was going to watch them while I go to jail, prison. And I told Latrice to come up here and clean up the room. She went down there and told Diane something. I'll never know what it is. Diane came up there and told me, called me a bitch, and told me to get the fuck out of her house. Yeah. I was literally homeless. I had to sleep outside because I didn't have nowhere to go. Gwen had already put me out of her house. And I had to sleep outside. And I remember sitting there thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but that was sad time. And it was about a week, I think, before I had to turn myself in. And I was just roaming the streets. And then, yeah. So this is the kind of family that I grew up in. Nobody wanted to talk. They didn't want to hear nothing you had to say because they're not gonna believe nothing you say anyway. They're gonna believe what somebody else said. Because you have to remember, my father told me I ain't been shit since I was 5 years old. So he looked at me like I ain't shit since I was 5. Okay. Um, and so and then and not to and I just found this out. I'm like, oh my goodness. She went back and told my father that I was trying to sleep with her husband, a man that I despised, a man that I could never be drunk enough to let him touch me. I would have to be unconscious. And and she been lying on me for years. One time when she came to stay with me in Clarksville, I was trying to help her because she brings a dark cloud with her, and and I was trying to show her how I got my apartment so fast. So I told her, all you got to do is stay in a shelter for about a week. They'll give you this paper that you could take to housing, and you can get a place. That's how I got a place so fast, because I was literally homeless. uh, excuse me. And um, but she was too good to stay at the shelter. So she went to my cousin and told her something about me. My cousin told me she talks about me like a dog. And I have heard that plenty of times. I've had a couple of people tell me how she talks about me. They couldn't believe that she was actually talking about her mother. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And another thing about how my family is. My daughter, she was young. I can't remember exactly how old she was. She about 14, 15, something like that. And she hurt her ankle. But I didn't find out till later that she was drunk. They didn't even tell me. That's what happened. It's like, I don't know what it is about my family that we grew up, the way we grew up. We wasn't allowed to express our feelings. We wasn't allowed to have feelings. We had two feelings, mad and sad. Happy feelings was very short-lived. Like when you open up your Christmas presents and you're happy. And by the end of the day, you just back sad again. Um, it was like I tried to, like my sisters, Gwen and Val and her boy and their men, and I don't know who else, came down to Mississippi for my mother's birthday party. And I asked them, I said, Gwen, why don't y'all come and visit me? Come see how I'm living. They wouldn't even do it. And they said they was coming, and then I called. They didn't even call me and told me they weren't coming. And I knew not to start on dinner because the chances of them coming is very slim. And I called, and she said they can't come because they don't have enough gas money. Are you serious? Oh, boy. That's the only excuse they can come up with. You have 5 adult people in that house. No. 4, 6, 7 adults people in the house. And they all, okay. And then I tried to say, I said, well, dang, Gwen, why do y'all do me like that? Before I could even get it halfway out, she hollering. She's upset. What do you mean? What are you talking about? We don't have no gas. I said, okay, all right, I'll talk to you later. Because she was getting ready to start, ignorance is bliss. And, just like I tried to talk to Diane, why can't we get along? Why can't this family is dysfunctional? Why can't we make this a functional family? She won't talk about it. Because it's broken and it can't be fixed. And that's exactly the way it is. And I have to come to that conclusion. I have came to that conclusion. But it's hard that this family would never be a family. Just like my aunt, Edna, she started calling me. Well, we started talking. And she would literally, if I tried to say something about something that she thought that was gossip, sort of, she would get on, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. And I realized it was a lot of hate in that, between those people, too. I don't think my mother and father liked their family too much either. Because we didn't know them. And they didn't know us. Yeah. I didn't know none of my father's family. Oh my God. Why was I born into this family? But every time I say that, I always tell myself, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. We wasn't poor. We didn't grow up poor. We went to a good school. We had nice houses, nice things. We grew up, but none of that still made us better. We are better. I haven't talked to my sister in over almost 3 years. I haven't talked to my other sister. I think I've talked to her once in 3 years. I haven't talked to my other sister in about a year. I had called her and gave her my sympathy for losing this pedophile husband of hers. And I'm going to tell you how bad she is. It hurts to my soul to even remember what she did. I called her to come get my daughter because I was in labor. She sent her pedophile boyfriend. And I had nobody else to call. I don't know. I wish to this day that I would have did something else. I don't know. But you know, we weak. We are weak. We grew up to be weak ass people. Weak, bitter people. Um, yeah. And I haven't talked to her since. When my parents died, I don't know why. When I found out that they had put in a will, not to say she didn't want the house sold. I'm like, why? Even from the grave, they are still causing bitterness, knowing that none of her kids get along. None of the kids get along. And you gonna leave your house to the family? What family? You might as well have gave the house to Diane, because Diane the only one that's gonna be down there. Because nobody up here is going down there to that house. That house is gonna rot, fall to pieces, and it's gonna wind up going to the state. They rather the state have that house than their kids. Get anything out of out of the house. If they would have been able to, if we had been able to sell that house, we could have at least, all of us got at least $6,000 apiece. But it's their things, and they want their things to stay right where they are. Even from the grave, they want to hold on to their things that they bought. Boy, you talking about unlucky. There's some very unlucky people in this world, and it all starts from the family you're born in, too. Yeah. Sometimes I wish they had just gave me away or killed me. Because now I've got to grow up with this bitterness inside of me. Have to grow up in a family that don't give a damn about you. I have never been able to call my nephews. Well, I have one that we did not have each other's back. We did not. Oh my God, it's so much. But I'm telling you, I wish they had aborted me. Because now I have to live the rest of my life in bitterness. have to see a family that is so dysfunctional, it's hard. It's hard to wake up every day to a dysfunctional family. And to me, family is so important. When I see people, families together, even well, that's why I wouldn't go to the family reunions, because I would feel like a stranger, and I would go there. I wouldn't even know what to say. It was like I'm going to a family reunion of people I don't know, and I would go there and wouldn't know nobody, and they wouldn't know me. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you about my family. I went to go stay in Michigan, and I tried to see my cousin, and she wouldn't even see me. Wow. Um, and when I see families together having fun, and I'm not saying that their family is not messed up too, because I don't know, but it just makes me wish I had a family like that. And when I used to see grandparents walking around with their grandkids and stuff, I'd be like, that could never be my parents, because they too good. They looked at our kids as bastards, okay, because none of us had kids by a man that we was married to. Um, so, well, here it is, not even daylight yet, and I'm up here talking about them. It wakes me up every morning. I hate to start my day with these bitterness, but I can't help it. Sometimes I can get up and not think about it. But when you have to get up with the thought that you have kids out here. I have a son locked up in prison, and he won't even call me. He just stopped calling me because I said something he didn't like. Figure. So that's why I'm not going to extend my hand to them no more, because I'm tired of them slapping my hand away whenever they feel like it. A person that has helped you, has never done anything to hurt you, that raised you, and made sure you had to go to, make sure you was well, tried to make sure you went to school, had clothing, a home, and that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. That's enough. I'm gonna get off of this bitterness train. I wish I could find some happiness somewhere. All my kids look down on me. All of them. Every last one of them. Okay, we are down here in Mississippi at Granddad's house. Speak louder so I can hear you. Oh. Huh?
involved. Big involved, you see. See if she can fill in any gaps about Davo.
Yep, he'll be 7.
Next year?
No, in October. Yep.